Your Vata dosha rules in the Ayurveda fall season, and it can be overwhelming, way too busy, and prone to seasonal threats. But it doesn't have to be this way. Stay tuned for 5 tips to balance Vata dosha in the Ayurveda fall season, aka let's stay healthy and reduce some of those anxious feelings. I'm Krista with Flourish Yoga, your wellness lifestyle coach using Ayurveda and Essential Oils. Today I'm sharing some simple wellness and healthy daily habits for Ayurvedic self-care. If you're intrigued about this Ayurveda thing, make sure to click on the subscribe button below and ring that bell to be notified for the next video in this Ayurvedic lifestyle series. So I'm going to be referencing the Ayurveda body types or the doshas today. And while we have all 3 doshas, it can be helpful to understand your dominant dosha type. So whether that's a Vata, Pitta, or Kapha. So click on the link in the description or the comments to take this super fun Ayurveda test. It's not really a test, right? It's more like a personality quiz, I guess you could say. But the link for the quiz is super easy to remember. It's simply flourishdoshaquiz.com. This free dosha quiz also gives you practical tips for yoga and Ayurveda. And if you stay to the end today, I'm going to tell you how you can get recommendations on essential oils for your unique dosha type. So this can be helpful for some of today's tips that we're going to talk about. So I've been a wellness lifestyle coach for over 10 years, specializing in Ayurveda and essential oils. What I love about this combination of Ayurveda, essential oils, and yoga is how simple wellness can be when they all work together. When my clients discover their dosha and what that means for them, it's like this light bulb moment going off, right? Ayurveda is best summed up by one of my students. Everything just makes sense. So you should find a few light bulb moments going on for you in today's video, so let's dive into this. Fall is a spectacular time of year with all the bright colored leaves and the bounty ready to harvest, all the great produce available at the farmers markets. But with the change of season, the winds are picking up. There's a new crispness in the air. The crackle of dried leaves underfoot, all that signals that seasons are changing, right? Do you notice an edginess or restlessness with the wind? Is your energy becoming more dispersed and it's harder to concentrate? Maybe you start one task and then get distracted by something else. At the end of the day, you started a whole great many projects, but you left with no results. Is your energy waning? Do you have lots of energy in the summer, but feel that gentle slide towards winter hibernation kind of kicking in? It's just not sustaining all the things you want to do anymore. Is your digestion a little off? Are you not loving your green salads and smoothie quite so much? Is your skin becoming drier? And is your body feeling stiff in the mornings? So fall is Vata season. It's dry, windy, cool, and a bit scattered, like those leaves that fall upon the ground. So you might find that your nerves are just a bit more frazzled than normal, and you feel a bit disconnected from your body and from nature. If we don't change our habits with the seasons, we end up out of sync and feeling sick. So as we enter Vata season, which is October to February, this is the perfect time to start soothing your nervous system and nourishing your body with a few Ayurvedic self-care rituals. And these will help also keep you from being dry and overly stressed. In this dry, windy season, treat your body and mind to the opposite of what's happening outside. Let me say that again. Treat your body and mind to the opposite of what is happening outside. So instead of dry, light, and rough, like those leaves, we need moist, sweet, and dense. So here's 5 tips to balance Vata in the Ayurveda fall season. Tip number 1, choose Vata balancing foods. Vata balancing foods are sweet, sour, and salty. I want you to switch from raw salads, which are stringent in nature, to nourishing cooked foods. Great sweet fall choices for vegetables include carrots, beets, sweet potatoes, zucchini, some of the tender greens. So save the bitter and the super astringent ones for that heat of the summer and the moist spring. So you'll notice from this list I just gave that it's basically eat what's in season, what's in harvest right now. Also, another tip for this is to add heaviness to your smoothies. So nut milks and butters, oatmeal grains, even root vegetable smoothies can be really helpful and grounding in this fall season. So I've included a link in the description with some Vata recipes for inspiration on all of this. Okay, tip number 2, ramp up the temperature. Use warm heating spices such as turmeric, cumin, coriander, black pepper, saffron, cinnamon, ginger. Basically, everything in your pumpkin spice mix is really good for you right now. And switch your cool drinks for hot water and tea and warm milks. So adding those fall spices and essential oils kind of amps up the heat of those as well. So these herbs and essential oils can also, incidentally, help to boost your immune system naturally. We get a double added effect on that. It's going to improve our digestion and boosting our immune system, which kind of go hand in hand. So tip number 3 is to add moisture to your diet. Instead of dry toast in the morning, make hot oatmeal. Right? Instead of a sandwich at lunch, have a hearty soup or a stew. Keep dinners really easy on your digestive system with a soothing soup or a simple grain with some steamed veggies. And one tip on this one too is when you cook your food together, it's much easier to digest. It's kind of pre-digested that way. So digestion can be harder in the fall. So this lightly cooking your foods, remember that tip number 2 to add more heat, to make it easier on the digestive system. We no longer have that summer heat that's fueling that digestive process, so we need to ramp up the heat on that. Tip number 4 is to embrace routine and self-care rituals. Vata dosha loves change. There's a saying in Ayurveda that like attracts like and opposites balance. So in the Vata season, this fall season, Vata is super high already. It's simply on the nature of the season, with the leaves changing and everything switching over from summer to winter. It's a big change that's happening all around us, so don't discount this. You're not disconnected from nature. It has a pull on you, an effect on you. So embrace that. Go for a walk every day to kind of stay tuned with that changing of the seasons, but bundle up to stay warm. Wake up at the same time. Eat at the same time. And go to bed at the same time. So sticking to a routine is super helpful in reducing stress naturally. And this leads us to our next tip, which might simply start out as a fall seasonal self-care ritual, and then it might end up as an everyday routine like it did for me. All right, I resisted this one coming in, but it's now my favorite thing to do in the day. Tip number 5 is to pamper yourself with an Ayurvedic oil massage. So pamper yourself and your skin with a nourishing oil massage daily on your hands and your feet, or even on your whole body. Use the base oils, especially the essential oils for Vata dosha. Even if you're not Vata dominant, in the fall we all need this. Sometimes the base oils might be too much for your skin, but the essential oils will definitely be grounding in this season. I'm going to tell you how to get that list at the end. Right? Plus, I'll link to a blog with more details on how to do an Ayurvedic oil massage and all the benefits of that. We've got a few videos that are coming up in this series on that one too. So while the fall leaves can leave us feeling dry and brittle, it has a beautiful side too. Just like all those red apples and the plump orange pumpkins, fall is also creative, expansive, and it's connected to spirit. In the fall, we tend to be much more in touch with spirit and our intuition and our creative side than that earth side, that heavier kind of getting things done side. This makes it a great time to indulge in some of these creative wins. Once you soothe your body and your mind, you can make the most of this special Vata time of the year. You'll be ready to get up early, greet the sun, and use this time to meditate, journal, and tap into those creative juices. So that extra indoor time too, when it's a little bit cooler outside, is great for indulging and you're finding that time for your creative spirit. To avoid feeling anxious and overwhelmed and prone to those fall seasonal threats, it's important to soothe your Vata nature. So 5 things is too much on that Vata nervous system to do all at once. So which one is intriguing to you? Which one would be simplest for you? So I want you to post below, what one tip are you going to implement this week? So we're going to start there, and you can come back and review and add on another one when that one feels easy. But again, we don't want to overwhelm that system, so one is all you need for right now. At Flourish Yoga, we're all about making your wellness lifestyle simple and easy. So join me for the next Simple Wellness class. This is a live class where we can talk about your wellness journey and challenges, and the link for that is in the description. Remember I told you about that essential dosha guide that with tips on those base oils and essential oils for the season and for your dosha? As a bonus for coming to the Simple Wellness class, you'll receive my Ayurveda and Essential Oils for your dosha guide. This has my top recommendations for essential oils for Vata dosha and, of course, all the others. So make sure to like, subscribe, follow, do all of those things that help us stay connected and to help others to find this too. And check out the playlist. We've got some great essential oil meditations, yoga and essential oil classes, Ayurvedic tips, healthy daily habits. You can use all of these to amplify your wellness lifestyle. And remember, warm, moist, and sweet in this fall Ayurvedic season. Namaste.